Welcome to Living History Channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one.
Inside Palermo's Capuchin catacombs lies Rosalia Lombardo, the Sleeping Beauty. Preserved since 1920, her lifelike stillness defies time skin soft, organs intact, a haunting bridge between the living and the dead. Formed in 1918 by 18,000 U.S. soldiers, the human Statue of Liberty transformed human bodies into a patriotic symbol. Seen from above, the men create the torch and crown, a powerful reminder of unity during wartime. In 1968, P.C. Norwell Roberts stood on point duty near Charing Cross, London's first black police officer. Calm, precise, and resolute, he carried the weight of history while simply doing his job. In the 1890s, vibration therapy was promoted as a modern cure for headaches. Patients sat beneath mechanical devices that delivered rapid pulses to the head, a strange blend of early medicine, experimentation, and optimism. Michael Jackson in the 1970s, gentle, soft-spoken, and still on the rise, cradles a tiny kitten with the same tenderness he brought to the stage. A quiet moment of purity, long before fame turned him into a global icon. In 1940s Texas, drive-ins offered a curious twist. Men in shorts and cowboy boots delivering food to women in their cars. Part show, part service, it captured a playful moment in roadside culture and the charm of early car hop Americana. Annalise Michel died at 23 in 1976, weighing just 68 pounds. Years of disturbing behavior led her parents to brutal exorcisms that left her skeletal and failing. They feared demons, but the true horror was untreated illness. Two Native American elders, dressed in traditional regalia, speak with a member of President Coolidge's staff, an image of dignity and diplomacy, capturing a rare moment of cultural dialogue in early 20th century America. Jennifer Connelly on the 1996 Mulholland Falls set, noir glamour revived in modern Hollywood. As Allison Pond, her haunting beauty and quiet intensity shaped the film's emotional core, marking a turning point toward the powerful roles that defined her career. In October 1940, as air raid sirens wailed over London, families crowded into Aldwych Underground Station. People slept on platforms and even the tracks, turning the tube into a refuge against the nightly terror of German bombs. 7,000 years ago in Vedbæk, Denmark, a young mother and her newborn were buried with care. Deer teeth honored her, and the baby lay in a swan's wing, an ancient gesture of love and grief that still touches us today. Tom Jones rings in his birthday in 1974, surrounded by friends and fans, the room buzzing with laughter and music. At the height of his fame, he radiates charm and energy, a snapshot of a superstar savoring life in full swing. In 1910, Soho, London's smallest shop, stood at 4 Bateman Street, a cobbler's workspace barely 6 feet long, 5 feet high, and 2 feet deep. For 20 years, he repaired shoes in this tiny nook, paying £3 a week for a space no bigger than a cupboard. In 1941, Britain, even newborns needed protection. This infant gas mask tested during World War II shows the extreme precautions families faced as air raid threats loomed. A haunting reminder of a war that reached even the smallest lives. In 1942, the FBI's fingerprint files filled endless rows of towering cabinets. Clerks worked tirelessly, sorting millions of cards by hand. a reminder of how crime fighting once depended on sheer human effort long before the digital age. In December 2003, U.S. forces found Saddam Hussein hiding in a tiny underground spider hole near Tikrit. Once a feared dictator, he surrendered without resistance, a fallen ruler reduced to a cramped pit beneath the soil he once ruled. In the 1974 Ontario flood, a lone policeman stood firm at his post, waist-deep in rising water. Duty over comfort, resolve over fear. He held the line while the world around him washed away. Marilyn Monroe sits in the makeup chair at Columbia Pictures in 1948, years before superstardom. Soft lights, quiet focus, and a young actress on the verge of becoming an icon, beauty meeting destiny. Jazz electrified the room in Los Angeles, 1951. Big Jay McNeely on stage, and fans swept into pure ecstasy. Faces lifted, bodies alive with rhythm, each person lost completely in the pulse and power of the music. Winner of the Most Scary Woman in the UK award in 1883, her fierce expression and striking presence turned Victorian curiosity into legend, a reminder of how the era blurred spectacle, fear, and fascination. In 1934, British actress Jessie Matthews balanced an enormous feathered headdress for the Revue Evergreen. The dazzling costume, towering above her, captured the glamour and spectacle of London's musical stage at its golden peak. A ton-up girl tunes her Triumph in the 1950s, part of Britain's rocker culture, where hitting 100 miles per hour meant freedom, rebellion, and raw speed. On machines like Triumphs and BSAs, doing the ton turned riders into legends. In 1984, a husband watched his wife's beauty fade from illness, yet his love never changed. After an accident, he pretended to be blind only to spare her heart. When she died in 1991, he finally admitted, "I loved her soul, not her skin." In 1883, outlaw Pete Spence sat in Yuma Territorial Prison, a Clanton gang associate tied to rustling and frontier violence. Linked to the Tombstone factions, his mugshot reflects the harsh justice of the Old West. Under Oxford's St. John's College, a mass grave revealed 34 to 38 men killed with extreme brutality. Dated AD 960 to 1020, the remains show shattered skulls, stab wounds, and decapitation echoes of a violent age when Anglo-Saxon power met Viking fury. Unearthed in Anatolia, a 2000 BCE skull crowned with a bronze diadem survives time's ruin. Green patina on pale bone whispers of rank, ritual, and mortality, a fragile face adorned for eternity. WWIIWLA. Riders trained to master their Harley-Davidsons in any condition, even learning to drop the bike fast and use it as cover under enemy fire. Speed, skill, and survival, all in one move. In the 1870s, frontier nights, cowboys danced with each other in lantern-lit barns, tying red kerchiefs to mark the ladies' part. For a few hours, music softened the loneliness of the plains before dawn sent them riding again. An unknown Union officer in 1863 flashes the old gesture of mockery, thumbing one's nose. The taunt, with roots as early as the 1600s, even appears in Shakespeare's world. Here, in wartime, humor still found its place. Resting in Cairo's museum, the mummy of Ramses II still carries the calm authority of a king. His golden sandals, made for an eternal walk as a god, endure beside his serene face, asking whether greatness dies or simply transforms. Scientists T. Griffith Taylor and Charles S. Wright stand inside a shimmering iceberg grotto during the British Antarctic expedition, 1911 to 1913. Two explorers framed by frozen walls, charting the last great unknown. In July 1913, a Mongolian woman sits alone on the steppe, condemned to die by starvation, a silent victim of an ancient form of punishment. The emptiness around her mirrors a fate carried out without mercy. Caught in 1930s Melbourne, children speed across a polished scooter rink, racing with fearless joy. Their wooden scooters rattle over the floor as laughter echoes an early glimpse of Australia's lively urban youth culture. In July 1944 on Saipan, an American soldier sheltered a wounded Japanese boy in an aircraft cockpit, shielding him from the rain as they waited for evacuation. Amid a brutal battle, a rare moment of humanity quietly prevailed. Downtown Sacramento in 1890 buzzed with late 19th century energy horse-drawn wagons, shop fronts, and crowded streets, capturing a city growing fast, balancing frontier roots with the pulse of modern urban life. A steam locomotive pushes through a flooded Boston street in 1915, its wheels cutting through rising water as onlookers watch in disbelief. A powerful glimpse of early engineering defined nature's turmoil. Aldgate Haymarket in the 1920s buzzed with life vendors shouting, carts rattling, and crowds weaving through East London's busy streets. A vivid snapshot of a city alive with trade and everyday hustle. American soldiers paused to watch Mount Vesuvius erupt in March 1944, ash billowing into the wartime sky. For a moment, even amid conflict, nature's raw power dwarfed the chaos of war. Decades after the guns fell silent, Confederate and Union veterans met again at Gettysburg, clasping hands where they once fought. The handshake symbolized remembrance, reconciliation, and the heavy cost of a nation divided. In liberated Ravensbrück, soldiers discovered a cradle made from barbed wire and scrap wood, holding a rag doll sewn from torn uniforms. It wasn't for a child, it was a reminder of love. Even in hell, the women preserved tenderness. A frontier hunter stands with his loyal dogs in the 1860s wilderness, rugged, weathered, and armed for survival. He and his hounds were a living bond of trust partners carved by hardship and the untamed frontier. From the deserts of North Africa to the frozen trenches of the Eastern Front, this rugged German motorcycle proved itself a tireless workhorse, reliable, relentless, and built to survive every battlefield it crossed.
Thanks for watching. I'm always hunting for lost photos and untold stories. Got a time period in mind? Let me know in the comments.